Hi, I'm the host of the STO Smokers Lounge. I'm here to tell you about Anchor, the perfect app that you can use right now to start your own podcast network. You can broadcast right now. All you got to do is download the app, whether you have a phone, iPad, or even a laptop or desktop. You can right now download Anchor or go to Anchor FM right now and start recording and have your stuff broadcasted over multiple platforms such as Spotify. So go to Anchor today and start your podcast career like I have. Because trust me, I love me some Anchor. Hello.
Hey,
Hey, how you doing today?
I am doing awesome. How about you?
I'm doing good. I can hear the smile through the phone. That's crazy. I
That's
can hear the
good.
smile through the phone. So, how have your week been? It's what they say is mental health month. How your mental health been this month?
I've been good. I've been busy. It's my first month fully at home. I've been usually
Hmm.
traveling a lot, so I've been taking care of personal things, so it's good.
No doubt. So, how often do you travel?
At least twice a
Um,
month.
so you get around.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm usually like a week or two out of the month at home.
No doubt, no doubt. So let me get the customers out the way, then we can get this thing rolling. Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? Welcome to the Smokers Lounge. I'm your host, Kavanaugh, the Southern Champ, aka the Porn Rap Star. You already know what it is. Watch my porn, buy my porn, subscribe to my porn, listen to my music, stream my music, follow my music, follow me on social media. All you got to do is go to one place, allmylinks.com/ porn rap star. I got discounts going on for my midi vids all the way to my Black Bull sessions. Also, we are on the Anchor app, the perfect app for anyone who's trying to start their own podcast. All you got to do is download it on your phone or go to anchor.fm, set up a profile, become a podcaster, start podcasting like myself. We are sponsored by, loved by, and plan to do a lot more with moving in the next couple of months with the Facebook of the LS community. Excuse me. I'm talking about lsworld.com. Go there today, get yourself a profile, interact with other people like yourself who might be into the same kinks, different kinks, or way more kinky than you, even find events in your area. So go to lsworld.com today. We're also a proud member of the GW District Black Podcast Network. So go to shopgwdistrict.com and listen to other podcasts ran by black people, black men and women like myself, as well as you can get some shopping done as you can buy from over 1,000 black retailers and sellers. And if you're selling, you got product yourself, you can ask yourself a profile on there today. So go to shopgwdistrict.com. We're talking about fashion, health, beauty, reading materials, you name it, they got it. So go to shopgwdistrict.com, support black businesses, buy black products, support the black economy so we can build generational wealth. Now I'm about to be quiet and let this lady introduce herself. Go ahead.
Hey everyone, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much for the invite.
No
My
doubt.
name is Breana Khalo. I am a porn star, and well, I'm just happy to be here.
Duh. No doubt. So, what is your ethnicity? Because when I went on your profile, I saw two flags. So tell everybody your ethnicity.
I am Cuban Mexican, Cuban dad, Mexican mom. Although I was born and raised in Mexico, I
Hmm.
lived there for 18 years. I moved here back in 2011.
Hmm.
I mean,
Okay. And what made you decide to move from Mexico to America?
my parents, it wasn't my decision.
Yeah, they said we got to get the hell up out of there.
Yeah, no, things got really tough in Mexico. It was when the previous president was declaring the war to the cartels,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it just got really nasty. And my
yeah.
parents are like, no, it's not, the environment we want you guys to grow up in. So we
Mm.
moved.
Yeah, because trust me, I came with the cartel. Because see, I like mafia documentaries and stuff like that. El Chapo,
Yep.
the guy I can't think it. Narco on Netflix, Narco Mexico. I love that
Mm-hmm.
damn series. That shit was off the chain.
It
So,
was, but when you live it, it's not so nice.
oh no, oh no, oh no. I can imagine the terror that y'all had to deal with.
Oh, it was
Um,
terrible.
from from seeing it, like they weren't scared to kidnap people. It was that serious.
Yeah, I mean, my dad actually got kidnapped.
Oh God.
Yeah, they
Mm,
have this super popular thing in Mexico. Not recommended. It's
yeah.
called express kidnapping. They
Mm,
kidnap you for a day or two, and then they ask for the ransom, and that's how they go about.
mm. I guess so.
Yeah.
So most definitely. So you came over here, um, and you broke into the adult film business. Now, what brought you into the business, and why did you decide to get into it and try your hand at it?
Well, let's see. I, to be honest, the real answer is I don't know how the fuck it happened. It just happened.
Duh! Just fell in your lap, huh?
I was quote unquote an influencer on Instagram for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and this company, Fan Center, reached out asking for influencers to join the XBiz panel they had on 2019. It was
Mm-hmm.
2019. And so I was curious. I'm like, I blog about mental health and sexual health. Why not asking firsthand porn stars and everyone that is in the industry how they go about, all the sexual health involved. And so I go to the XBiz event in Miami before COVID hit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I just started networking with different people, and eventually Plumper Pass, one of the companies, reached out and they're like, "Oh, we want to shoot you. We got, you got recommended by one of the porn stars we know."
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, I thought about it for a little bit, like for a few weeks, not so long, but for at least for 2 months.
So
And
was
then
you
I'm
doing
like,
girl prior to that, or
no, I never did anything. I didn't even sell nudes online. I was
yeah,
completely, yeah. I had no idea. I'm like, what? I'm gonna get naked on camera. I was curious because I've always been very sexual, and
yeah.
I have my sexual freedom since always. I've never been, ashamed of who I am. But I've never really thought of doing porn. But at that time, I really didn't think any of it. I'm like, you know what? It sounds fun. It's extra money I can use.
Mm-hmm.
I was on my vanilla job, just having my regular 9 to 5, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, let's give it a try, and I did it, and then I started, networking more and more and more, and
Mm-hmm.
I started seeing how much money this other porn stars were doing, and I got even more curious. I'm like, how the hell do you make so much money? Like, I want to
Mm-hmm.
know. And eventually, trial and error, I figure out the way to make really good money. So I
Mm-hmm.
quit my vanilla job and I started full time on the porn industry.
Nothing wrong with that. So when you did your first shoot, tell me about the experience. Was you nervous? How was it? You know, what I'm saying your first experience was because you just didn't do an amateur shoot. You actually did a straight up professional porn shoot. So can you talk about that a little bit?
I was nervous beforehand because I fuck a lot, and I've had group sex before that and threesomes. Like I've been crazy before that, but I've never really been in front of the camera or in front of strangers being, watched having sex, other than, the friends that were watching me having sex with other friends, like normal things.
Mm-hmm.
You get drunk, you get dizzy, and then you get horny and the party starts, but never
Mm-hmm.
nothing professional like that. So actually, the day before my shoot, I'm like, what would help me to loosen up a little bit and not be so shy about being in front of others. So I'm like, I'm gonna go to the nude beach. So I went to the nude beach and I got naked for the first time. I was super nervous. I'm like, I don't know how they're gonna react. Like, I'm a BBW, so it's not like the typical body shape that I was used to seeing in porn.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, fuck it. So I did it, nothing happened, and I'm like, okay, worst comes to worst, nothing happens again, right?
Hmm.
So I go on set, and then I see this super handsome guy I was about to fuck, and everything went out of the window. I'm like, what? I'm about to have the time of my life. Look at this
Who was the male
dude.
talent? Who was the male talent?
Carlos Carrera.
Okay then, yeah, I know him.
And I was excited. I like the second I saw him, and he was super chill. He was super nice. I'm like, oh my god, I'm already horny. I'm excited. The people, at Plumper Pass are super chill, super nice. So I was in a really good environment. So
Mhm.
everything it was exciting. It was really exciting. It was a lot of fun.
So after that, of course, you continue to do boy girl scenes as well as film for yourself. How did you go about filming for yourself? How did you come up with the type scenes and the inspiration for the type scenes that you do, as well as
I
networking?
I started watching porn not for pleasure, but for like homework.
Hmm.
I'm like, okay, so what do they do? And then I just realized that they really like amateur porn, as it is not so much professional, but amateur porn was really, it looked like just two or three or as many people just having fun. And I'm
Hmm.
like, okay, so I just got my professional camera and I started doing it with a tripod, just reaching
Hmm.
out to other performers. And that's how I started, just actually reaching out to people I felt attracted and like had like kind of chemistry with, and like,
Hmm.
let's fuck on camera. And that's how I went about it. And then eventually you start getting more professional about it. You start
Hmm.
looking at the details and stuff like that. So I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I should hire a camera person now, and maybe I
Hmm.
should do this, and maybe I should think about location and outfits and you know a
See what
theme.
happened. See what happened was, as you got start doing it, it's like I tell anybody, the way you start a business is the way you continue it. You started on a high level, so as you start watching yourself perform, you wanted to stay on that level. You get what I'm coming
Right.
from?
Yeah, for sure.
Period. So, so like I said, so you network with other male talents as well as female talents. Explain to the people why that's important to networking, as far as not only increasing your stock but also increasing your money and your exposure.
Well, you really never know who you're going to meet and who that person might help you open up a door
Hmm.
to your career. I've had the luck to meet a lot of wonderful people that have been very nice to me and that have been willing to collaborate with me even though I was absolutely nobody and I was
Hmm.
completely new. I had people mentor me. I had people help me with even like financial situations.
Hmm.
There's always, the black sheep of the family in the industry. I've met,
Yeah.
people here and there that are not so cool, but for the most part, networking is finding that person that is going to help you reach that next level and vice versa, because
Hmm.
in my case I do the same thing for others. Like, you reached out to me and I see you, either if you're just started or if you're already established, I give
Hmm.
you a shot, as long as you're cool people and that obviously you comply to what we do in the adult industry.
Hmm. So yeah, because like to me, is I tell people you need to do content trade. You need to network with others because it taps you into their fan base.
Of course.
And you know what I'm saying, and put them on their platforms. I'm sitting here looking at your stuff. You can sit here and say you're nominated. I'm trying to think, have you won one yet? Award?
I have 3 awards,
Okay, then
actually.
so I'm to award winner at this point in time. Please speak to winning an award in this industry because very few people can sit there and have that experience.
And until this day, I really like it. This is still shocking to me. My very first award was 6 months into the industry, and I was like, "What? Are people really looking at me that much?"
Hmm.
Um,
And what
but
award
yeah,
was
I
that?
mean, yeah, I mean, it just goes to show that when you put your heart in what you do, your fan base do recognize it, and if you're, someone that is not just um how can I say, and I say this very often to other performers, like you don't want to
Mm,
be just that person that is just tweeting to tweet or posting to post or doing things just to do it. Like you want to actually relate to your fan base one way or
mm,
the other. So I feel
mhm,
that I've been doing that and they like it.
mhm,
So I feel like if anyone is looking to win an award, fan base award, you definitely want to connect with your fan base other than just seeing them as, dollar signs.
mhm. And to segue into the next thing, you speak a little bit upon branding. How important was it to you after a while of branding who you are as a performer and also developing your brand?
I'm still developing my brand. I'm still tweaking and changing and experimenting with my brand, but I feel like it's very important that when you do decide to do this professionally, not just for curiosity or for fun, that you do take it as a business, and that
Mhm,
you look at all the tools that are given to you to increase visibility and increase income on your brand. I
mhm,
feel like also obviously being very professional, being responsible, and again, not getting into cliques or drama or any of that nasty side of it. You
mhm.
can grow your brand and you can have a strong name in the industry.
Yes, because the hate is real in this business. It's just be quiet compared to when I first was in the business. Because the way Twitter, excuse
Smokers lounge, right?
me, the name of the bar, excuse me, Smokers Lounge, smoke is open, got to smoke. But yeah, it was a lot of beef back in the day. It was definitely on Twitter, and I think it kind of hurt the BBW image
Oh
and the
yeah.
industry in many ways. Um, and it's less present now. So, be it that you being a Hispanic BBW, how how's that experience been in the BBW in your experience of doing this adult film business so far?
um like referring to what, within the BBW community or as a performer?
Both.
Well, within the BBW community, I don't really think it has made a difference.
Hmm.
There's a lot of variety in the BBW community.
Yeah.
Obviously, you mentioned it before. The community can be very cliquish. That's
Hmm.
one thing I don't like. I try to stay away from that. But overall, they're very welcoming. And again,
Hmm.
we have white, black, Hispanic, Haitian. We
Hmm.
have everything in the BBW community. As a performer, though, more than being Hispanic, which I think that adds just like a little exotic side of who I am.
Hmm.
Um, being a BBW, it is challenging to to because there's just so much you can do in the as a BBW, like Brassers, Reality
Hmm.
Kings, all these other major companies are just starting to give it a try with very few selected models.
Yes, I was just talking about that on the previous episode.
Yes, it's pretty much just like, yeah, it seems like they only see two or three people, and then the rest of the community is like,
Well,
we don't
see,
exist.
what people gotta understand is that the companies like Brazer and them, okay, it's like this. I'm gonna make it short and sweet because this is not about me. This is about you. Um, Basically, Brazen. The reason why they're tapping into the BBW market because they're not making the money they used to be make because the content creators are taking all the money
Of
of
course.
y'all being independent. Is
Mm-hmm.
hurting them.
Yep.
OnlyFans is hurting them. Um, So they had to tap into it. Braves did their first transsexual porn. People don't understand how major that was because porn always wanted to keep it separate. They wanted straight porn separate from gay porn.
Yeah.
Period. Just like they BBW porn separate from skinny girl porn.
Right.
Period. Um, and that's the reason why they're doing it now, because they're trying to tap into markets which they wouldn't have tapped into prior. That's why it was like when I saw was a Sophia Rose on Brazen, I said, about time. But at the same
Right.
token,
Yeah.
if you know the business, you know why they did it.
Of course. Yeah. And we all know that there's more than just Sophia Rose in the industry. And
Yeah.
I'm not speaking just for me because again, I feel like I'm pretty new to be asking for
Hmm.
hats. But I do see other performers that I'm like, why are they not giving the spotlight as
Hmm.
she is given? And not no shade on her because this is not her decision. But it
Yeah.
just makes me wonder, like how flexible, how actually business minded can these companies are like seeing BBWs as marketable or not,
Hmm.
when in reality we pull a lot of money because we are a big community and we have a very big fan base.
Hmm.
It's
Oh
just
yes,
a matter of being given the opportunity and we'll bring the money.
because I'll be the first to tell anybody BBW's made my company.
Yeah,
To be
say it
honest with
louder,
you,
baby.
the BBW's made my company. Because I can sit here and say, hands down, that I sold more BBW content than the Skinny Girls content. The only way I even shot Skinny Girl content was because trying to broaden the fan base, but it, like I said, at the end of the day, people don't realize that guys want to see more voluptuous women. They want to see women
Yeah.
like you. They want to see women like Sophie. They want to see women like dipping red. They just don't want the skinny girls anymore. And it's kind of like funny that Hollywood is kind of last to see that. Can you speak upon that?
As far as what?
Um, like with the company, just like what you were saying, it was like they just now really starting to film the girls and stuff. But y'all been making money for years.
Yeah, I mean, again, it just goes to popularity. Um, in this case, Sophia Rose has been she is until today the most famous BBW there is for the community. So
Yeah,
it was a no brainer to give her the opportunity.
yeah.
Um,
Oh,
but
but
at
you can
this,
resign. Don't worry, they're gonna grab you too.
I no, I love Sophia Rose, and this is not about her.
Yeah.
It's just
Oh
a
no, I know.
reality, you know. It's
Yo,
a
trust me, you
reality,
give her
like
roses. So if
like as
you hear this lady's giving you her roses, what I think you should do is you should hit her up. Y'all should do a scene together. That's just my opinion. I'm just throwing that out there.
For sure. And we actually had one scene pending, but COVID hit, and then she wasn't traveling. I wasn't traveling. But now that we're back to normal, we'll probably
Yeah.
reconnect with when it comes to that. But again, there's so many other amazing performers that I see.
Hmm.
Obviously BBWs, and it just makes me wonder. And they're popular. Like they have their very big fan base, and I know they're pulling money, and
Hmm.
I just don't see why these companies wouldn't just say, "Oh, this person might be a really good, person
Hmm.
to shoot as well." And not only we're not talking just about these two companies, even smaller, porn companies are just starting to
Hmm.
hire quote unquote BBWs. But then you see the persons that they quote BBWs being models that are thick and have their body done. They're just not skinny,
Hmm.
so it's like they're not really considered BBW,
Hmm.
but they're thick. They're not the stereotypical skinny porn girl, so they're
Hmm.
considered BBW. So I feel like that's like a slap in the face for actual BBWs. Is like, so now you're telling me that in order to shoot for you, I need to look plastic. I need to look this. And sorry, I
Hmm.
didn't mean to say plastic, but yeah, I mean I
No,
need to
no,
have my
no.
body done.
Speak your
And
mind.
well, yeah, plastic bitches are getting the BBW shoots, and it's like, man, like, okay, I'll give it a try,
Hmm.
but then at the same time, it's like, no, like, I want to stay true to myself. I'm a
Hmm.
BBW, and I want you to like me and see
Hmm.
the beauty in me because I'm beautiful. I'm fat.
Hmm.
Everyone knows that, but that doesn't not make me sexy. That does not make me attractive. and that doesn't not make me a good performer. So I feel that as a BBW, when it comes to opportunities within the industry, they're very limited. When it
Mm-hmm.
comes to being independent, to be honest, and I say this being very honest, not to sound cocky, not to sound on any way, but
Toot your horn, baby.
I will shoot for these companies just for the clout, for the fan base, for getting more eyes out there,
Interesting.
not because I need the money. I
Eh,
make so much money by myself. I don't need them. It's just a matter of being seen, being actually appreciated within the industry. You
mm-hmm.
mentioned Hollywood. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
they, for a very long time, the only two faces that you will see on every movie was Bruce Willis and Nicolas Cage. It's like there
Yeah.
was no other two that could do action movies, and then they're like, oh, but maybe we can look at this other person, maybe we can look at this other person.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was not just those two, that you will see every time on an action movie. So that's how I feel that they are now in the
Mm-hmm.
industry. It's like, oh, we're just looking at this one or two individuals. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel that eventually they will open up to, more BBWs, but it's gonna take time. I don't see it happening in the next
Now,
year or
now,
two.
now, you were speaking upon something which I wanted to bring. The importance of content exchange. Can you please explain to the people the importance of content exchange? Because I've been preaching that for decades.
Content is king. Content is king. Content exchange. Talking about cloud and cloud and then I just use cloud as very loosely because it's just a
Mm-hmm.
common word, but obviously being having more visibility. Doing content trade with people will get you there without
Mm-hmm.
needing mainstream media. Doing content trade will get you there because, like you said, my fans will see your fans. I mean, my fans will see your face, and your fans will see my face, and we're cross promoting each other. And if we
Mm-hmm.
do a really good scene, not only they want to, see us work together again, but then a lot of people see like, oh, I don't know if I do content trade, like I rather do exclusive because I rather just be like own the scene. When in
Yeah.
reality, it doesn't really matter because your fan base will always be loyal to you and purchase
Mm-hmm.
your content, but you're missing on the opportunity of being seen and being promoted by another content creator that
Mm-hmm.
can bring more of that to your plate, and vice versa. You offer the same to that person, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just feeding each other's brand by content trade. And besides, owning your own content and being able to sell it forever and ever, I mean, you don't get that with mainstream media. You get paid a flat, and they're the ones that keep getting the money from that scene. You don't see one single penny after that. But
Yeah.
if
There's
you
no
do
royalties in
content
this
trade,
business.
no, there's not such a thing. It's funny because a lot of people that are outside the industry, my friends and stuff like that, they tell me, so how much is like the I forgot the word they used, but as if I was getting paid after the scene. And it's like, no, dude, I get if I'm lucky $1,000 for that scene, and that's it. Like I
Mm-hmm.
don't see one single penny after that, and I probably made them $5,000-6,000, and I didn't see one single penny from it. So content trade is king. It's free because
Yeah.
they don't charge you to content. That's what is content trade versus exclusive. Now, if you get to a level where you're like, no, I really do want to do exclusive because it's someone that maybe you booked because it's someone
Mm-hmm.
that has more popularity than you, then by all
Mm-hmm.
means, do it. But I wouldn't do it for every single scene because I do feel that content creators and performers helping each other, that's how you build your brand.
Mm-hmm. And plus, also, they'll put more emphasis to the scene because even with the paid scene, they'll put emphasis But when they know it's something that they're going to put out, they really going to put that extra oomph into it.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, definitely. They take it more seriously. I agree with that.
No doubt. So, also, I want you to speak to the differences between working with a professional male talent that's established versus a just a regular guy male talent. What I mean, he's not as established.
Um, as far as performing, I'll say that I've well, no, I will lie if I say that they've been both good because I've had experiences where I'm like, dude, you can even get your cut card, like what the fuck, but and they swear they're like, oh no, I can't ready, I'm ready to fucking, they can't fucking get hard, and it's like,
Hmm.
but I feel that the better phase or the best thing about working with someone that is established versus someone that is maybe just trying out is that they already know what's up. They already know what they're
Yeah,
gonna do. They come
yeah.
prepared. You don't have to ask them, go wash your balls, please, because I can smell your dick. They already wash it. And
Hmm.
I've had to tell new guys like I can smell you, and you don't expect. I don't expect you to go down to me smelling. You don't
I think
expect
that would
me
be
to suck
common
your
sense. You
dick.
ask me, I would think that before you jump in the shower real quick.
But you will think that's a common sense thing, but no,
Oh no, trust me, I've
surprisingly
seen it.
not. No, they just come in,
Trust
they
me, I
just
see. I know
come
what you're talking
in,
about.
they fucking pull their dick out of their pants. It's like, no, baby boy, you have to take a shower. Like, we have to be clean for this. Like, no, 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 no.
And I've
And
been looking at it ain't nothing worse than when the dude they ain't even showered up and the girl she just ready to jump on it. I'll be like, come on, babe. Come on.
yeah, no, you don't want stinky pussy. We don't like stinky balls. Like, and it goes
Mm-mm.
goes to girls too. Like, I've
Yeah.
had a conversation with girls too, like, baby, like you need to clean up, like you cannot just, and that happens a lot of content trade houses where like they just finish one scene and then they get called for the next one,
Hmm.
and they still come with a pussy full of cum, and it's like, no girl, like go wash yourself. Like, I'm not trying to drink no one's babies out of your hole.
So because like I said, because that's the interesting part, especially like what you just made with the content trade houses, that different people work different ways. So you have to actually adjust to that shit. And also something that I wanted to speak to you about also, because since you're a mental health advocate,
Yeah,
expressing your boundaries, expressing your your limits and the whole nine on set, how important is that to any person that's in this business?
extremely important because we all have triggers, we all have experiences before that might have been unpleasant, and I feel like sometimes that matter because we were uncomfortable at that point. We don't usually voice it out of shame, but
Hmm.
there's no shame on saying this is my limit, this is what I like, this is what I don't like, this is what I will do, and this is what I wouldn't do. Because what happens, you're in the middle of the scene and then something triggering happens that you didn't discuss previously.
Hmm.
Usually what the person will do, sorry, is just go through it.
Hmm.
And that's not good, because then it makes the experience bad, it makes you
Yeah.
regret it. It makes you not, sometimes it's not even about the other performer, but it makes you not want to work with that person, but it wasn't them, it was
Hmm.
you not voicing what were your limits. And
Yeah.
listen, coming from someone that was abused, coming from someone that was raped, I feel like it's even more important to set your limits, because then it goes to this whole unnecessary issue afterwards where you're like, oh, this person abused me, this person took advantage of me, this
Hmm.
person did this person did that, when in reality most of the times it was never discussed prior.
Hmm.
And so now it's an issue. Now the other person, without knowing, did something to you, when it was also your responsibility as a performer,
Mm-hmm.
and not only as a performer, of someone that is about to have sex, regardless if you have it in the industry or outside the industry, you need to be able to say,
You got to have that conversation.
yo, yeah, like this is a no-no. Because then you have all this rape claims and all this,
Hmm.
drama that it's unnecessary.
Yeah, because even with me, before I shoot with a model, and it's the reason why I stay in touch with ladies when I'm about to work with them or what have you, is to know what sets them off, what their limits, what their hard limits, especially me being in the lifestyle being a dom. That's
Hmm.
part of when you do subs, is knowing their limits. Soft limits, hard limits, or what have you. And us as male talents, we have the responsibility to take the time to ask you these questions. At the same token, the female talent has to be 100% honest with us when we ask those questions, and not feel embarrassed, you know.
Hmm.
So it's kind of like, because like I said, at the end of the day, for example, a female may express she don't like her hair. You know what I'm saying? She might don't like her hair pulled, but she doesn't express it. Then it happens, and then you get where I'm coming from. So
Hmm. Yeah.
it's like, with you, what's some of the things? Because I call this pre-care. I always call this pre-care. These are things that producers, directors, as well as male talent can do, conversation that they can have with the lady to make her feel comfortable before a shoot. What's some of the pre-care that you have experienced that worked for you and the whole nine?
I Before I shoot with someone, I like sitting down with them and I actually ask them questions like, for example, like I'm very verbal and I can be very nasty when I'm talking. So
Hmm.
not everyone likes being called names. So I always ask, girls, do you feel comfortable with being called a whore? Do you feel comfortable being called a slut? Do you feel comfortable being slapped in the face?
Hmm.
Uh, and same goes to me. Like, for example, to me, a limit is actually saliva. I do not like
No spitting.
exchanging saliva. No spitting. I don't like it. And there's
Hmm.
been times where it hasn't been respected and I have to cut the scene and then it kills the whole mood and then it kills the whole scene because then after
Yeah.
that there's no recovering, It's like
No.
there's no recovering. But for me, for example, is that like do not spit on me. When I'm doing threesomes, I ask the girl, if you're sloppy on that cock, as soon as you're gonna send me that cock to my mouth, please clean it with your hand or do something subtle, like clean it. Don't just give me all your snob in the fucking cock, because
Hmm.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. And that's
Yeah.
and it sounds silly. Like who's gonna say like you're a porn star, you should be able to like handle
No,
spit
not
and shit like that.
necessarily. It's not silly because it's about comfortability.
Correct,
The
but
more
but I'm saying like
more comfortable
a
you
lot
are,
of people will think like in their head like, oh, maybe I shouldn't say this because then I look dumb, then I look awkward, then I don't look as a good performer.
uh, no,
But it's not
because see,
true.
me being on both sides of the camera, we can tell if you're not into it. We can tell when that switch got cut off.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I have females tell me, they can tell. I have some fans, male and female alike, can tell me which scenes I was really into, which scenes I went through the motions.
Mm-hmm.
Period. So, and also when it comes to a woman, in my opinion, once she turned off,
That's
it
it.
that's it. So that's why, no, what you're saying is not far fetched. That's what I'm saying.
No, of course not. But that's what I'm saying. Like, so many performers, male and female, feel shy to say maybe this, maybe that. I wouldn't want to do it because you don't want to look lame. But
Hmm.
then your performance is lame because you weren't into it. So it's better
Hmm.
to discuss it first and make
Hmm.
the scene work around what your limits are, and there's no shame in
Hmm.
that. Especially like I tell my peers, like if I'm getting paid,
Hmm.
and that happens, I'm not gonna stop it. I'm gonna go with it because I'm being paid. But if
Mm-hmm.
in this case, when we're talking about content trade, if you don't if you don't stop it right in that second,
Mm-hmm.
then you neither you or the other person learns.
Yeah.
But then I come to realize that even on pro shoots, I should be able to voice, I don't like this, I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
Which, you do get asked, what are your limits and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But for example, when I was new on my very first scene, I've never really liked spit. And the
Mm-hmm.
guy loves spitting on me. And that's all he did on the whole fucking scene. And I still had fun
Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. He was, where he was spitting on you at?
on my face, on my boobs, on his dick, and then he will make me suck it. And like in my head, I'm like,
Okay.
fuck, I'm just gonna go through it. But I remember that first scene, even though it was fun. Like I remember
I know
that
you were like,
particular
what the
moment.
fuck did this dude do?
Yeah, in that moment when he spit on my face, I legit just looked at him with like winking one eye full of fucking spit, and then the other one open, just looking at him like, you motherfucker. Like I didn't like it, but
See,
I
that's what people don't
just
realize. When we do shoots, it's fun, but it's work. It's not as easy as it seems. And sometimes
no,
it's not as fun as it seems, to be honest with
no. Yeah, I've had scenes where I'm just going through it.
you. Yeah.
I'm just going through it.
So shoot. So what are some of the misconceptions that you ran into since being in this business?
I'm sorry. I'm also smoking.
Hey, smoke it over.
That's sativa, baby.
Oh,
Um, man, I'm so high. I forgot what you asked.
this is why I love this podcast, because this is why I tell you, ladies, I want the real you. This is why I do these podcasts, so they can see you. They hear you, they see you fuck on camera. I want them to see the personality who you are. So now what I was saying is, what's some of the misconceptions that you might run into that fans may have in general? It could be from romance to personal life.
Everything. It's so hard to deal with vanilla people outside the industry. The question I get asked the most is, so, do you guys get tested? Like, yeah, bitch,
Yeah.
every fucking week. Like, I'm cleaner than you will ever be. Like, I asked them, when was the last time you checked yourself? I don't know, last year. Like, yeah, you see, like, I get checked every single week. And I have to pay $200 because I have to use one motherfucking system, not just go to my personal doctor and be like, hey, yeah, it's me again, another STD check. No, I have to
Mhm.
go to in a specific place where it costs me an eye, and we trust me, we're very clean, we're very responsible. We don't want chlamydia, we don't want gonorrhea, we don't want any of those things
Mhm.
because no one wants to deal with that. So we're very clean,
Mhm.
we're very responsible. That's one of the things that I get asked the most. Like, how you guys deal with STDs? Like, we don't deal with them because we don't get them. And another question is like, when I go out on dates, which this is why I'm single, I can't deal with the jealousy
Mhm.
and all that. Like they think that because I do this for work, they can understand, they can separate that when I'm with someone on set, there's literally no feelings. There's no
Mhm.
emotions. It's a transaction. It's literally a
Mhm.
transaction. So if I have sex with someone that I like, it's completely different.
Mhm.
Like the experience is different. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna moan the same way and I'm gonna ride your dick the same way because guess what? I'm the same person. But it
Mhm.
is different.
So it's kind of crazy because don't get it twisted. I get the same questions, and I'm a
Yeah.
dude. So, but it's kind of crazy because they think that we don't have husbands and wives, we don't have 9 to 5s, we don't have kids.
Mm-hmm.
They think because our business is based around sex that's what we think about 24/7, and we're just some sluts and whores.
Yep. Yeah. They feel like we don't have morals, that we're just, fucking because we're fucking sex addicts. like all these misconceptions. And in reality, it's really a business. Like,
Hmm.
I tell my friends, like, when you see, Brad Pitt and another lady, I don't know, let's just put Angelina Jolie for example.
Hmm.
Like,
Hmm.
you see them, they're married, but you
Hmm.
still see Brad Pitt kissing other girls on other movies, and you don't think, oh, what Angelina
He's
Jolie is
dirty. He's
gonna think.
nasty.
Yeah, like, he has no more. He's cheating on his wife. Like, you don't think that, right? Because it's entertainment. They're doing
Hmm.
it to entertain you. Well, guess what? We're like a mini Hollywood. We do the same thing. We're entertainers. We're actors. We're actresses. We get on set and we sell you a fantasy. We sell you a moment. We want to entertain you. The way you entertain yourself is up to you. I don't know what you do, if you jerk off or if you cry, or I don't know what you do with porn, but we create porn to entertain you. So
And to
we
make
are
money.
performers. Yeah, obviously. Yeah, I wouldn't do it for free.
Oh no.
Not anymore. I used to fuck for free. Now that I see the money, I'm like, no, baby. This pussy has value.
Yeah, because I tell anybody when someone asks me why I get into the business, I said because of money.
Mhm.
I had a choice to fuck on camera and get this 300 a month, or not fuck on camera and lose that.
Yep.
So I went and got a test and I fucked on camera, and I've been doing it ever since. So
Mhm.
when in your mind did it switch that, yo, let me turn this into a business?
From the moment I started, because I never really saw porn, like like my first scene obviously was out of curiosity. But
Hmm.
after that, I really sat down and thought, like, do I want this just to be that one time that I can tell my friends,
Hmm.
oh yeah, I did porn once, and oh, he ha, or do I want to take this seriously and actually make money?
Hmm.
And I have to say, like, a lot of people are missing out on the money because they do, take this lightly, but the money is there. Like, if
Yeah.
you actually brand yourself the right way, the money is there.
Hmm. Yeah, because like I said, even with you, and here's what I've been said: the more you make yourself look more professional on camera, the more they're gonna want to buy it. I see you have your hair done, your nails done, you wear nice outfits. Speak to making yourself. Speak to being a BBW sex icon in this industry and the
You have to
advantages of it.
make you have to make yourself desirable, you know?
Hmm.
Because again, there is a big difference in, getting yourself ready to go to a party and, looking pretty just for your, own pleasure. And there is a big difference in looking good because you want to portray this fantasy, something that guys and girls look up to, that sex appeal. And overall, very natural. Like, I don't wear heavy makeup. I sometimes wear my glasses. Sometimes I wear my hair, natural, but you always see me clean. You always see me with my nails done. You always see me and portraying myself also as a sex symbol, not just being wild and trashy, which for some people works, but it's not how I roll. You do have to make yourself desirable because you are the product. In this case, you are the product, and you wouldn't buy a product that doesn't look good.
Welcome back.
Hello, little nice break, huh?
That's for some of y'all. My phone died and it got cut off, so that's on me. So I got a little bit more juice. So we're gonna get back to it now. Uh, Breon, am I correct? Brianna, right?
Brianna,
I mean, Brianna. Okay, I just want to make sure I don't want to butcher nobody's name. Uh,
yeah.
you were saying you were single. Now the question I'm going to ask you is: being in this business, does you work better being single? And then the second part of it, being in this business, does it make it hard to find someone to be with?
Yes and yes.
Okay.
Being single has definitely been better for me. I actually, when I first started the industry, I was in a relationship
Mm-hmm.
and I had to end it because he wasn't supportive of my vision and he
Mm-hmm.
was getting jealous and so and so. Even though we were open, he was
Mm-hmm.
still being jealous. Um, I feel like being alone for the moment being it's the best because I'm still growing my brand.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever I've been, feeling a little needy and lonely, and I've been, going out on dates with people that are not in the industry,
Mm-hmm.
it makes it so much more harder. But so much more because they don't understand. They don't see what I do as work. They feel that I'm just fucking other guys.
Yeah, 'cause they make it seem like you just doing this because you want it, not because it's a business,
Yeah, yeah.
which is kind of crazy. So with that misconception, because a lot of times men have that idea that because you do the sex work business, that is cheating, but it's not cheating. Can you speak to that?
It's definitely not cheating because I'm not doing it on your back, on your
Mm-hmm.
behind. I'm telling you, I'm doing this and this is what I do. You know that is transactional. I don't go with them just to hook up. Like there is something to accomplish out of it, and the accomplishment is money. So it is a business. It is my job. Um, and honestly, like I'm not monogamous. I've never been monogamous. When I was in past relationships, I will cheat. I was cheating because I wasn't happy with just having one sexual partner.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I get into relationships, I try to leave it open because I
Mm-hmm.
also, sorry, I also feel that it's hot that my partner fucks other people.
Yeah.
But it's not cheating. Like I'm even if we were to have a monogamous relationship, it is just you and me.
Mm.
It's there's no others in the relationship. I'm not seeking anyone else outside of our relationship for fun or for whatever reason.
See,
Like
I
I'm
think
going to
people
work.
associate monogamism too much with physical.
Exactly. And it is emotional.
Mm-hmm.
Like like you have my loyalty. My loyalty is not questioned because I go about my business and
Mm-hmm.
make my money. It's not questioned. My loyalty is with you and my respect and my faithfulness, I'm sorry, is with you. I'm not going around fucking other guys without telling you or just because I want to. I'm doing it because this is a business and I'm not gonna change who I am and I'm not gonna change what I do because you're insecure and that's why I stay single.
Yes, you can do bad by yourself. That's one of my favorite songs from back in the day. Do bad by yourself. Yeah, that was my jam. So, outside the porn business, what would you like to do as far as like branding yourself?
Outside of the porn industry, well, I am still a student. I still go to school. I'm
Okay,
about to graduate from psychology. I
congratulations.
Thank you. I want to become a psychologist. After psychology, I want to do my specialty on sexology. I want to be a
Hmm.
sex therapist.
Hmm.
I've always wanted to be that before even joining the industry. And I just, happen to have the awesome opportunity to now possibly mix in both
Hmm.
without having to, quit one or the other. I can mix them. I think it's a wonderful thing. That
Yeah,
is something I'm pursuing. Um, and
yeah, I
eventually,
can see you because you have that look and that sex appeal of a sex therapist.
well, thank you.
You definitely, I can see you sitting there with the glasses, looking all sexy. So tell me, what's your problem?
Yeah. How can I help your boner, sir?
Well, shoot, it'll be worth that per hour money. It'll be definitely worth it. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely.
But that because, like I said, that's one thing that I tell people. we do have lives outside of this, and we do have ambitions outside of this. It's just part of it.
Yeah, it's
Um,
just an avenue to get there.
Most definitely. So, like I said, I want you to tell the people where they can find you, where they can see you, what you got coming up, and all that good stuff.
Well, you can find me anywhere. You can just Google me. You can Google Breana Khalo. My social media is Breana Khalo as well. Twitter is all Breana Khalo. Is all
Hmm.
together. I have my website, which is briannacalo.com. I have my OnlyFans, which is the Breana Khalo. I'm on Avian Stars. I'm on Pornhub. I'm on Many Bits. You can find me anywhere. My porn is anywhere at the reach of everyone. I run promotions on Many Bits usually. Right now, I have a 40% off on most of my store items.
That's
So
good.
definitely check it out. I just updated my store. I posted, I think, 15 new scenes. 15, I'm sorry, 15 new scenes. So
Mm.
definitely check it out. Penny for your bucket and really good porn is the best BBW porn out there. And to toot
Hmm.
my own horn, but I put a lot of passion into what I do. And just follow me on my Instagram and Twitter. I'm very approachable. You can always DM me. The best way to get in touch with me, though, and actually have a conversation and get to know each other will be through OnlyFans, though. I'm super active there. And you can find me also on Plumper Pass.
Basically, she's everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and pronounce your last name again.
Khalo.
Kala. Kalo
Khalo.
or
Khalo.
Kala. Kalo.
Khalo, yeah. Like Frida Kahlo.
Oh, okay, 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 okay. And what did that mean?
I honestly took Kahlo from Frida Kahlo. I love her. I love her. I just changed the H because I didn't want to get in trouble. So the H on Frida Kahlo comes after the A. I put it
Hmm.
before the A because I'm like, I don't know if this is, branded or something. I'm not trying to get sued,
Hmm.
but it is because of Frida Kahlo. I'm a feminist at heart. She's a feminist. She's Mexican, and she's awesome.
No doubt. So I'm about to close this out, and then I'll probably call you afterward for some aftercare. I'm looking forward to bring you back
Yes,
for a
please.
later show so we can really chop it up. I'm also looking forward to hopefully working with you in the future
Yes, please.
before on my retirement tour. So life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience? You didn't learn anything. Smoke that over. Thank you for coming, lady.
Thank you for having me, babe.
No doubt.
Bye.